John Wick Chapter 4, Keanu Reeves' film lands the franchise's best reviews. I was going to talk about the International Olympic Committee, but considering videos like that go down on YouTube about as well as a lead balloon, I thought I'd cover this instead. Yeah, we all know why. The most amusing thing from this story was this quote. Rolling Stone's David Fear said that no one could have predicted in 2014 that Wick would revolutionise American action movies, calling the film series deliriously pleasurable. I fear that David is a bit of an idiot, because if you watch YouTube and you listen to any of the superb YouTube reviewers who are far better at the job than anybody in the printed media, the likes of Reaper, the Despot of Antrim, obviously the Critical Drinker, and scores of others, have been telling you for years how to make a decent action movie. And it's to simply go back to the things that you used to do back when the world was sane, when you didn't crowbar incessantly stuff in ludicrous, woke, political messaging with all of the subtlety of a boot in the bollocks. Everybody's been saying it. We need more of this.
Sweetheart, be reasonable. After all, we're married.
Consider that a divorce.
Never fails to make me laugh. And we need less of this.
It's the last thing I'll ever ask of you. I swear.
It's not complicated, is it? Strong men are especially important to young men, role models. It might explain the reason why people like me, who grew up in the 80s and the 90s and watched a wisecracking Bruce Willis wade through Nakatomi Plaza with a machine gun, ho ho ho, and haven't got a laundry list of severe mental illnesses, but why the current generation of emotionally histrionic soy boys are all pill-popping, porn-addicted, sparrow-boned, weepy, girly men, because they're not getting a good example set. John Wick was a success from the first film. What's he talking about? It's not. Nobody could have seen it coming. It was successful because it was like an old-school action movie from the 90s, a male protagonist who is strong and tough and stoic and embodies all of those characteristics that both men and women like to see. Look at James Bond. It appeals to both sexes. The men like the fact that he's nails, and the women like the fact that up until the next instalment, he didn't used to get rogered by Q with a strap on. It's completely ridiculous that it takes laymen like me, who merely watch and review films very occasionally, to point out the obvious. It's almost like they hate money. They did the same with Star Trek Picard. They know how to make it work. The first 2 seasons were terrible, and according to Dave Cullen and everybody else who knows what they're talking about, season 3 is superb, so I'm going to watch it and pretend the first 2 seasons didn't happen. It's almost more annoying that they know how to make these franchises successful, and they don't bother. All you have to do is not crowbar your dog shit ideology into it. Just make it entertaining, and you know how to make it entertaining. Picard's the most frustrating of them all, because they obviously could have made it like that from the get-go, and instead they waterboarded us with woke ideology from the get-go. Nobody likes it. It's like Latinx. 95% of people that happen to be Latin couldn't give a monkey's fart about that ridiculous phrase. But the sort of core 5%, the woke ideologues that seem to control the world we live in these days, they care about it, so that's all you get, crammed down your throat. So these two knobheads, the likes of David Fear and Frank Scheck, prove President Roosevelt right, don't they? It is not the critic who counts, because modern critics know less than fuck all. Anyway, that's going to do me for the day. The reviews are in. Go and watch John Wick. Reward people that don't make cringing far-left propaganda on celluloid. Or at the very least, feel a little bit guilty when you steal it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Cheers.